Hi everyone, it's me. Today, yesterday I posted like a video saying that I finished reading Heaven by Mieko Kawakami, right? And yeah, I might do like low-key like a full video on, the book maybe. So, grow my hair. So low-key, this video will be like somewhat of an attempt to low-key do like a review. So yeah. Don't judge me if my reviewing is a bit ass, you know? I don't know. But I feel like ranting about this book, maybe. So yeah. So today I'm going to talk about this book. It's called Heaven. It's written by, again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. It's written by Mieko Kawakami, you know. I got this from my friend, like I always wanted to read this book because I felt like the plot, it seemed interesting, So, yeah, and my bestie gave this to me as like a birthday gift. Thank you, bestie. I appreciate it. And yeah, yesterday I finished it and I was like, okay, interesting. But yeah, first I'm going to explain the plot a bit, and yeah, there might be like, I kind of plan on like spoiling like the book a little bit. So like if you haven't read the book, please go read it, or like I don't know, like it's an interesting book in my opinion. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like the plot is basically the story takes us in Japan, like in the year 1991, I guess. Yeah. Our main character, who is nameless, has a lazy eye. So like the main character has a lazy eye, basically. So like his eyes are not like this, but one eye is like looking somewhere else. I don't know. We don't really get a name, like the book never really tells us like his name, but like, he gets bullied, by his classmates, and because of his eyes, they refer to him as Eyes, basically. So yeah, we can already say I'm going to refer to him as Eyes, or the MC, like main character. Yeah. And soon he finds a letter, you know? And the letter said that we should be friends, basically. Like the letter wrote, we should be friends, Like someone in his class wanted to be friends with him, but at first he wasn't sure who. And yeah, they started, like writing letters to each other and stuff like that. And then one day, they decided to meet for the first time. And when the MC came, where when he came to the meeting place, he saw one of his classmates named Kojima. Like, he saw his female classmate who also gets bullied because, like, yeah, she doesn't really like shower or anything. Like, she basically looks nasty and shit. So yeah, both of them get bullied, you know? And as you further read into the book, they develop this relationship. Like, they start to become friends and comforting each other, like, when they're being bullied, you know? That's basically the plot, okay? Yeah. So, yeah. Now I'ma, like, say, like, the characters and shit, like, I'll introduce the characters. So Eyes, the MC, of course he gets bullied for having a lazy eye, you know? Like, yeah. He has like a and just like spoiler warning for now, possibly. So yeah, spoilers ahead. um yeah, he lives with his stepmother, you know, but he does have a dad, but like he rarely sees his dad. Like, his dad is always like working and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, he doesn't see his dad that often. And yeah, so that's basically like who Eyes is, like the MC. Now Kojima, you know, she is the MC's classmate, female classmate, you know. Um yeah, she and her parents used to be broke, but yeah, her mom and her dad got a divorce, and her mom married a rich man, you know, and they moved in with the rich man, leaving Kojima's dad still, like, you know, poor, you know, like her dad is still poor and stuff like that. Kojima doesn't really like, she doesn't forgive her mom for like leaving her dad, basically, you know, because like, you know, like she loves her dad basically. And sorry. And so basically, so that she has a connection with her dad, she doesn't shower. She doesn't take showers, you know. She isn't clean. She has unkempt hair and she looks nasty and stuff like that. Just so that she can have a connection with her dad, you know, like her clothes are dirty, her shoes are dirty, her whole entire body was dirty. She basically resembled a broke person, which is like her dad, you know, because her dad is broke, so yeah. And like Kojima thinks that, you know, like things have meaning. Like, for example, her suffering and the MC's suffering has meaning, you know? And like, I don't know. Like, Kojima has such an interesting like point of view, like perspective on life. Like, I don't know. I don't really agree with it, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting, you know, like learning about her point of view. So basically, what Kojima claims is that her being dirty and all, like, it's basically like a sign or something. I don't know. And the MC's sign is that, well, he has a lazy eye. And because they're bullied, I guess, like, they have a connection, you know? Like, they both have struggles, and their struggles, they're signs, you know? And that's why they have a connection. That's why Kojima thinks that they should be friends, you know? Which I was like, Okay, interesting, interesting. Yeah, that's basically Kojima. I'm gonna move on. One of the MC's bullies is called Ninomiya, right? Um, yeah, like the main bully mostly is a boy named Ninomiya, you know. I didn't like really get that much info on Ninomiya, in the book. So I hardly know anything about him. So yeah, he basically serves as the main bully, you know. Yeah. Another like bully is Momose, right? And his like perspective is far different from Kojima's, right? Like while Kojima thinks that like things have meaning, that and all that, Momose doesn't think that things have meaning. He's basically nihilistic, Like he doesn't believe anything has meaning, Like he thinks that like, like uh the MC gets bullied and the bullies bully him not because they can. Like he thinks that the bullies bully the MC because they can. Like they have the power to, you know. And that Loki is like a theme in the book, I think, So yeah. Those are basically like all the main characters, that are in the book, you know? And yeah. So now this part is where I'll tell like some spoilers and all that. So maybe don't watch the video if you haven't read the book. You can watch the video, but like, I'm just saying, I'm just going to say spoilers, So, yeah. I'll basically like say what happens in the book like forward. So, yeah. Spoilers ahead. So, we already know Eyes and Kojima start developing like a sort of relationship, like they begin like becoming friends and all that, and meeting each other like occasionally and stuff like that. One time in summer holiday, Kojima wanted to meet Eyes again, and she wanted to show him a place in particular that she called heaven. Okay, we as the readers and the MC, we don't know, or he doesn't know like what heaven is. So, yeah. And then, the MC and Kojima meet up, and yeah, they arrived at an art museum, and Kojima refers to heaven as like a painting, actually. Like, in the art museum, there's a painting that Kojima really likes that shows like a beautiful scene or whatever, and she calls that painting heaven, So yeah, that's basically like the title, like of the book Heaven comes from the painting that Kojima calls heaven, you know. Um, from like Google search, like basically the painting represents like, like, for I think like living life like normally, or look, I'm tripping. Low key. I don't know. It's basically like it stands for like the life that Kojima and the MC like wishes, No problems in life and stuff like that. Yeah, I told you this my reviewing is going to be ass. So yeah. I don't know. That's like what I found out from Google search. Yeah. And then after that, an incident happens. Like I don't know. Like the MC was being bullied again, and which caused his nose to break. Like, yeah, his bullies started, bullying him, and they started, like, low-key kicking him so that his nose broke. Like, the MC's nose broke, and then he has to go to the hospital to fix his nose. And then while he was at that hospital, he found out that he could get surgery, like eye surgery, so that he can have like normal eyes, that he can see normally, you know? He wasn't really sure if he should get the surgery or not. So yeah. By the way, there was this one moment where Kojima like told the MC that she likes his eyes. Like she said, "I love your eyes," like to the MC. Like I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think she liked them because like they were like the MC's signs, you know. Okay, that's cool. Like, they were basically signs for his suffering and stuff, and that is like the one thing that made them connect, So yeah, and then the MC like told when the MC met Kojima again, like he told her about the surgery that he could have normal eyes, and well, it doesn't go so well. And Kojima was like, she was a bit upset and she started crying for some reason. And like, how should I say this? Like, honestly, I don't get the book. Okay, like, I'm confused as fuck, okay? Like, but basically, like, she was upset at him, because his eyes were a sign, the one thing that made them connect, Like, they both have struggles, and that's what made them connect. But if he starts having normal eyes, if he gets the surgery done, he will look normal. And like, there isn't really like a reason to bully him anymore. Like, he'll start to look normal. So basically, like, if he doesn't have a lazy eye, then there's no connection anymore. Like, there is no reason to be friends if she's the only one suffering, and he gets rid of, like, his lazy eye. Like, and he was upset, And when I read that part, I was like, Huh? Girl, what do you mean, bro? Like, the fuck you mean? Like, why you upset? Like, I don't know, but sure. And after that, like, Kojima never wrote a letter to him again, like to the MC. And yeah, the MC, he starts missing her. And yeah, like he wanted to meet with her again, he wanted to talk with her again. And yeah, he started like to desperately write letters to her in hopes that they can talk again, you know? Until one day, Kojima finally wrote a letter to him, saying that they should meet, you know, again, to like some park. Basically, the park is where they met the first time. That way, so yeah, the MC came to the park, you know, to their meeting place, and he saw Kojima. But the thing is, they weren't alone, okay? Like, his bullies, like the bullies, like of from the MC and from Kojima, were there. Like, they found out about their relationship and about their letters. So sucks to suck. Yeah, I shouldn't really be saying this. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, yeah, the bullies were also there. Okay, the bullies think that Ninomiya thinks that, you know, they're doing nasty things, you know, like they're being freaky and shit. Like, Ninomiya thinks they were being freaky, even though they weren't. Like, you know, like, I think the main character was denying this, like they didn't do anything freaky, you know, and like, Ninomiya wanted to see them get freaky. What the fuck? Okay. And yeah, they strip the main character of his clothes, right? And Kojima also strips herself, and she's naked, okay? She's naked. But then she starts like touching like the other bullies, like she starts touching them and shit, laughing like a maniac while being naked. And it was raining too at that time. It was raining and she's naked. And like, you know, like almost all of the bullies ran away because of Kojima, right? So yeah. And eventually Ninomiya and Momose also left, you know? And yeah, adults started coming to them asking like, what is going on here? Are you alright? Is he alright? Yeah, oh my god, my hair. Yeah. Yeah, the adults started, you know, like coming to Kojima and the MC, and they brought Kojima like a blanket, you know, so that she can like cover herself because she was naked, and she went away. And that was the last time the MC saw her. Like, hey, even now, I'm thinking, like, where the fuck is Kojima? Like, where did girlie go? You mean she isn't an what? Where is she? Pookie, where are you? Pookie, where are you? You know, like, I'm confused. Like, huh? But yeah, that's it. And towards the end, right? The main character told his mom about the bullying, you know, like, she finally acknowledges the bullying, you know, and hey, low-key, maybe it's just me, you know, but I felt like she was really nice. She was like, hey, you don't have to go to school, like, I'll take care of it, you know, like, yeah, it has been some days, like, the MC doesn't go to school, like, maybe he becomes a shut-in, probably, I don't know, and yeah, and then he decides to get the surgery done for his eyes. He finally gets his lazy eye fixed, you know, and yeah, the surgery went well and stuff like that, and yeah, and then he started, you know, looking, you know, with his normal eyes, you know, like, he looks around his surroundings and stuff like that, and like, he started crying, you know, like, he started crying, like, and basically he thought, like, and I quote, everything was beautiful, you know, like, you know, like, finally he has normal eyes, he can look normally, you know, and he can see the world, like, normally, like, without problems with his eyes, just normally, and he started crying and stuff like that, and he cried, and hold on now, and the book ended. That's literally the end of the book. Dude, bro, why is my hair like this? But yeah, that's basically, like, the end of the book. What the fuck? Yeah, even now, I don't really get the book and all, you know? Like, I don't understand it that much. But hey, now, like, my opinion, I thought the book was interesting, you know, like, you know, because of the themes of bullying and stuff like that, how the book portrayed bullying and stuff like that, it was, I don't know, I might be desensitized, I don't know, like, of bullying, but like, yeah, and like, I don't know, there were also like some philosophical, like, like, questions and themes and stuff like that that I really think that I really enjoyed and I think was like really interesting, like, to hear, like, or to read Kojima's perspective on life, you know. It was like, I don't really agree with it again, but I think it was like interesting to see how she thinks, like, you know, how her point of view is. And Momose's point perspective, it was also like interesting. Like, basically, I like the when I got like insight of like some philosophical like of the philosophical like parts, you know, like I thought it was really interesting, you know? And it's a good book, okay? Like I felt like the author is good, you know, like from writing style, like wow. I don't really get it again, but hey, it's an interesting book, okay? So, yeah. Now, um, I know I should have said those earlier, but like, basically, the themes that are being portrayed in the book is like, the book portrays bullying, search for meaning in suffering, and friendship and connection, you know? And also, like, it really delves into, like, empathy, you know? Because I think that's the thing, that was the thing with Kojima. Like, she felt, like, empathy for the main character. So, yeah, that's why she wanted to be friends with him, right? So, yeah. And, like, again, this book, it's really interesting and all. And it was a good book, you know, like, it's a pretty good book, you know? In my opinion, okay? Different people have their own opinion, which I respect, and yeah. Yeah, that's basically it, from my review, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my review. I know it was ass. You know, my explanation was ass and maybe a bit too long. It's like 33 minutes long, but yeah. You know, like it's a pretty good book. Okay, like you don't really have to understand it, but just go read it for yourself because hey, in my opinion, I thought it was really interesting, you know? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, like, or subscribe if you want to. Yeah, I know my explanation was asked, but hey, I was just, you know, like, low-key telling my thoughts and stuff like that. Although, yeah, as someone who enjoyed the book, okay, like I'm not really an expert, so yeah, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I might see you next time. I might still like upload another video like today, you know, like this video is just like separate, you know, and yeah, but I shouldn't yap that much, but yeah, bye.